right, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Also, I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth, and peace and mercy to the Lord's hopeful elect. Back at it through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Just a quick epistle, man. Going into the coming prophesied famine of actual, bread, food, and why and how you can tell that if you're not covered by the spirit of Yahweh, by Hashem and Hawashai, rehearsing these righteous acts, man, you're probably going to be caught up in a spirit of desperation during Jacob's trouble. So much so that you may well indulge in cannibalism, man. So we'll start this off. And I just came up because it was funny, man. I was just scrolling through YouTube. You know how we do. I came across some of these videos concerning, buffets and how people, crazy people get over crab legs. And we do know that, crab, is an abomination to us to eat. The Lord commanded us not to eat that. And it's amazing to see. It's not just our people, man. It's pretty much all the humans, man. Especially here in Babylon the Great, they're very greedy, and it's crazy when as it relates to our people to see them go crazy for abominable foods that the Lord commanded us not to eat anyway. They'll fight over. I mean, I don't have that. They got videos though of people, fighting, and it's our people that were fighting over crab legs, man, and we're prophesying, hey, a famine's coming, Jacob's trouble's coming, hard times are coming. So if you're not rooted in this thing of ours, man, you're gonna get caught up out here and you're gonna be desperate. You're gonna be robbing people, you're gonna be stealing, and ultimately, man, you're gonna end up taking that mark of the beast, man, if you don't perish, during this great tribulation, because you don't have no hope in nothing but carnal things, man. All right. That's why the carnal mind is against Yahweh Shemar Hawashai. This is a spiritual thing, man. So, when we pray, we fast, we're rehearsing these righteous acts, preparing our body and our minds and our spirits, not to be gluttonous, man, like these people, man. And the Lord did, through his word, promise that his servants shall eat, during this time of great famine. And hey, that's why we do these things now. Hey, pay now or pay later, but make no mistake about it, everybody's gonna pay. So we take our time, take the time out now to sacrifice, repent, show the Lord that we mean business. And guess what? He's gonna flip the script, man. When it comes and your family, you wicked niggas out there, your family is hungry and you're desperate. Hey, somehow, some way, we believe through faith, the Lord is gonna feed us without us having to be compromised by taking that mark of the beast.
Item at those all-you-can-eat buffets. Crab legs are usually the priciest item at those all-you-can-eat buffets, and people who love them don't mess around. Our Lisa Guerrero takes a look at the chaos that sometimes erupts when crab legs get put on the counter.
Here you go. Get ready. It's a feeding frenzy at the buffet. When the crab legs come out, it's everyone for themselves, and they're gone in seconds.
Where the crab legs? Come on.
This customer barges into the kitchen to demand more crab legs.
And again, if this guy's playing or not, first and foremost, folly is set in great dignity. So that happens a lot in Babylon the Great, where people do these videos just for views and they're playing around silly and shit. But hey, man, there's people that really do stuff like that, man. Go behind in the kitchen and shit like that. I seen Eve, a video. She was at a hibachi place. She was so impatient that she got behind with a fucking attitude too. It drove me crazy, and decided she was just gonna cook because she couldn't wait, 3 minutes for the chef to come back with some more salmon to cook, man. But I'm saying, look how insane people get when it comes to food. People will lose their mind. I worked in the food industry for a little bit, and I seen, people lose their freaking mind about food, man, like they're starving. How much more when it's an actual famine? How much more with this whole quote unquote inflation thing that they got going on, when you just can't, buy food like you used to? People are going to lose your mind, and it's going to put a lot of people in danger, man. And especially Esau Edom, he's gonna go crazy in the name of protecting his family. Oh, I gotta do whatever I gotta gotta do for my family, if I gotta eat a nigga, if I gotta kill you, you know, I'm gonna do it in the name of providing and protecting for my family. Well, we want to do the same thing. It's just we have wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to know where our provisions come from. All right, which is Yahweh Ba'Shem Shah. So we're gonna serve the Lord and trust in Him to feed us, man.
Sometimes it can get violent.
That's the fight right there.
Like here at a buffet in New York City. And in Alabama, this woman was charged with assaulting an elderly man when police say a fight broke out over crab legs.
I didn't even know this was in the news, or I didn't even see this article all the way. I just, you know, and of course, it's for face value, it seems like a Israelite woman on the right, and for face value, a Edomite man. They got the straight hooking, all right, that's what we used to call it, straight thumping over some abomination, man, you know. And it's a buffet, bro. It's so much food in a buffet, but that's what I'm saying. Look how stupid our people are to fight at a buffet over an abomination, man. I saw the comments on some of these videos that say, hey, the salad bar was not harmed, you know what I mean? Ain't nobody getting no type of salad, nothing. They going straight for the abomination and willing to fight to the death for it, and it ain't even no famine yet.
The man suffered a cut to his head. The mayhem caused by these crab legs is alarming. So now some restaurants are carefully dishing them out in order to cut down on the chaos.
It's really sad to fight, you know, to fight over something like that.
Rocky Abdullah owns Le Grand Buffet in New Jersey. He says the star of his buffet is undoubtedly these guys, and the customers can't get enough of them. What have you done here at your restaurant to control people getting violent over crab legs?
I just decided to move him behind the counter and give two to everybody, so you make everybody happy.
But just for us, Rocky showed how fast the crabs go when they're put on the buffet. In 42 seconds, the legs are gone, and that's after only 3 customers.
Because then one person takes everything.
Right.
And everybody start fighting about it.
But most buffets offer self-serve crab legs. At this one in Queens, New York, as soon as the crabs are brought out, this guy is all over it. He scoops up the crab legs, then his buddy joins in to take more. Gonna leave any for anybody else?
That stuff piss people off, man, that don't have that spirit upon them to be greedy. I mean, you know, the Lord taught us about doing things decently and in order, man. It's a buffet, you know. I guess they are aware, people that eat crab legs, that it's a high commodity, I guess, a hot commodity. But damn, what's with the rush on it, man? You know, why you can't just pick it up like, you know, with some type of class, man? What's with the animalistic, you know, type of behavior when it comes out, man? You know, that's insane. And hey, we're prophesying it's going to get a lot worse during Jacob's trouble, man. See what's going on, and for face value, man, it look like some of our people from the Northern Kingdom, man, all right, going crazy over the crab legs, man. And again, decently in order, like, you don't know there's other people, you know, in here. And I mean, the whole eating abominable things is its own issue, but goodness gracious, man, like, you can't get 1-2 pieces or whatever. I don't even know how to, I don't even eat that shit, man. I've never really ate it. Even before I was in the truth, man. But like, look at all, like, damn, bro, you know, it's just one pan. Did you see that? Let me rewind it. She grabbed like damn near the whole pan. And y'all think, you know, when there's a lack of food, man, that these people won't go to the extremes. Look at them now. Look how animalistic they're getting now. And there's plenty of food at that buffet, man. You're absolutely out of your mind to think. I got the precepts ready, man. I'm gonna bring it out, and then we'll just do this last video. Yeah, this one ain't as bad, but I mean, you know, them are people right there from the Southern Kingdom, man, over chicken though. You know, at least it ain't abominable. But I mean, you know, damn, can my daughter get a piece of chicken? You know, you know, Apostle Ricard, man, he big on, you know, quote unquote Big Shirley, man. That Big Shirley, Auntie Netta, them, man, going crazy about that fried chicken.
All right.
And again, that wasn't that bad, man, but you still see the point, man. You know, people act like that like they ain't never ate a day in their life, man. How much more during this time of great tribulation that we've prophesied through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. This is Romans 15 and verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures may have hope, man. So whatever's in this Bible, it was written, you know, for our understanding and our learning, all right, including a prophesied famine and showing us historical accounts in the Bible of how people acted, both good and bad, all right, the righteous and the wicked, when a famine did come. There were some people that trusted in the Lord and the Lord provided for them and they were okay. And there's some people that didn't trust in the Lord and they resulted to cannibalism. And we'll take a look at that account here in the book of 2 Kings. 2 Kings chapter 6 and verse 25. And there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it. And that's what's coming to this place, man. It's finna get besieged. It's finna be a famine. All right, they're gonna come with that great wrath and persecute the men and women that fear Yahweh Shem Shai and everybody else, man. Great wrath is finna come to Babylon the Great and the rest of this earth as well. Until an ass head was sold for 80 pieces of silver, and the fourth part of a calf of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver. You see what's going on here? And as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, Help, my lord, O king. And he said, If Yahweh do not help thee, whence shall I help thee? And that's gonna be the spirit that the men of the Lord gonna be coming in, man. When Eve cry out that Isaiah 4:1, man. Oh, help me, help me, help me. You know, and we gonna be like, what can we do, man? Hey, the Lord not with you, man. It is what it is, man. All right. Out of the barn floor or out of the wine press. All right. And the king said unto her, What aileth thee? I guess it bothers thee. And she answered, This woman said unto me, Give thy son that we may eat him. I say again, give thy son that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. She's not joking. That's exactly what it sounds like, ladies and gentlemen. Verse 29. So we boiled my freaking son, okay, and did eat him. And I said unto her on the next day, Give thy son that we may eat him. And she hath hid her son. So, hey, man. Hey, that's just, again, these things were written for our learning. So we see, you know, a historical account and, you know, of desperation, man. And, you know, a woman, you know, she's gonna be very desperate in that day, man. You know, you ain't a woman, they claim that they have faith, but it ain't really been tested. You see, that it's easy to say you got faith when you're able to order DoorDash, when you're able to go to the grocery store after work, man. You know, the grocery stores be packed about 5 o'clock after work. Everybody be up in there trying to get, you know, their dinner stuff, man. But it's easy to claim, you know, you're a believer and all that, but that's what this hour of temptation is for, man. That's what this great tribulation is for, to weed out you pretenders, man. And we're gonna find a lot of our women are the biggest pretenders on earth, man. All right, and not just the women, man, weak men, anybody not serving Yahweh Shema Shah, you other heathen nations, man. All right, the heathen nations, they're gonna be right along with it, doing the same thing. And again, it ain't just gonna be cannibalism. It's just gonna be, you know, mayhem out here, man. Against stealing, that's gonna be a huge thing. People gonna be invading one another, man. It's gonna get very, very violent out here because of the lack of bread. All right, and then we go to the book of Matthew to see where the Lord prophesied this, man. All right, and the Lord is not a man that he shall lie, so these things are gonna come to pass. All right, we'll start at verse 6. After the Lord's disciples turned apostles, asked him what would be some of the signs of his second coming, and the Lord, you know, gave him an answer in verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, and we hear the rumors of World War III now, and we've seen, you know, other wars. All right. See that ye be troubled, for all these things must come to pass. So it has to happen. But the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. That's not only like the world powers, countries fighting each other, but individual, like nation against nation. Here in Babylon the Great, you see race wars getting ready to pop off, man. All right. That's a part of that as well. And there shall be famines. There it is. Straight to the point. Pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. So this is a sign of this great famine, or in these famines in different locations of preceding the Lord's second coming, man. All right, so it's going to happen. And we just got to make sure that we're prepared, man. If we fast now, the Lord will feed us later. It's not a pleasurable thing, but that's why the Lord told us that a lot of people in the last days will be lovers of pleasures more than lovers of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. And that's a spirit that a child and a woman comes in to always just have to be indulging in pleasure. A man, it's a tough pill to swallow, but that's part of being a man, is to be hard like that. And not to always, go the easy route. A woman want to go the easy route. A woman love pleasure, man. So that's why it's up to us to be the ones that pray, that fast, that make these sacrifices to show ourselves like men, because everybody else is, when it's tribulation gonna come, the Lord gonna show you who you are, man. You're gonna be like a little child, a little woman, and you ain't gonna be able to stand up like a man. So it will behoove you, all right, to go ahead and pay now, so you won't have to pay later. But because again, everybody is going to pay. All right. Book of Second Esdras, chapter 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, the government. They're not going to regard it. They're going to be invading one another, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. There'll be martial law. They'll have these places blocked off. You're not going to be able, a flight travel is going to be over with. You're not just going to be able to travel during this great tribulation like you want to. All right. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. And Babylon the Great is a very prideful land, man. These chief places, these big cities, they're the most prideful. New York, Atlanta, Chicago, anywhere that there's the skyscrapers, you best believe people puff the hell up. They love that light show, and they're obsessed with that light show, especially in Atlanta, man. Some of my family ain't never even been out of Atlanta. Come on, man. Just a second. You know how it go. Atlanta, man, they're just obsessed with that light show, and it causes them to be puffed up, man, because there's so much to do in the city. It's a lot. The cities can be fun, man. There's a lot more things to do than it is in the damn country. You know what I mean? It can be exciting, man. NBA games, NFL games, all that stuff. But again, folly is set in great dignity, man. So, especially these major cities, man, they're gonna be trouble, here pretty soon because of that pride. They're very puffed up. You see how this thing want to act now, I don't, all right, but for because of their pride, verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. All right, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods. Why? Because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And that great tribulation goes into what the Lord already prophesied: earthquakes in diverse places. There'll be people getting dispersed because the Lord brought these storms, earthquakes, and tornadoes and tsunamis, and it's going to cause you to have to leave your house and cause you to be desperate, be in want and need of things, man. All right. And it's going to again lead to people being desperate, and this is a prophecy, and a historical account of desperation, man. We're seeing how people act. It's all fun and games now because it ain't got that bad, but you're going to see just how terrible the human is, man. The creature that is man really gets when they can't have things their way. And who some of the biggest culprits of that is be the inhabitants of Babylon the Great, the so-called USA. They are very, very spoiled and entitled. All right. That's why they're going behind the counter. That's why they're acting a fool. That's why they're demanding this and demanding that. That's why you hear Eve complaining with this, what's the word? entitled attitude when it comes to feeling the crunch right now, man. You know, they're feeling the pressure a little bit and they're crying out, but they're not really crying out with humility. You know, they're crying out on some entitlement shit, like how dare the United States, or how dare the government do this to us. Well, this is what we've been prophesying to you idiots, man. Or y'all didn't want to listen because y'all was settled on y'all lease. It was all good. Y'all didn't believe that the Lord was real. Y'all didn't believe that the tribulation was real. But now that it hit you, you're gonna be the main culprits. You same ones that was mocking and scoffing are gonna be the same ones that's actually doing this shit, man. All right, let me go to the book of Ecclesiastes. A couple more precepts, straight to the point. Ecclesiastes 7 and verse 2. It is better to go to the house of mourning than go to the house of feasting. And man, you got to eat, G. All right, don't get it twisted. We're not saying never eat, man, but hey, it's better to be crying out to the Lord. It's better to, you know, fast often than to go into the house of mirth, all right, and feasting and partying and celebrating, man, and greed and gluttonous, all right, for that is the end of all men. Yeah, that house of feasting is the end of all men, when especially if you're eating and not giving thanks to Yahweh Shem Shah, or you're eating and have not known Yahweh Shem Shah, you're in danger of judgment, my brother, my sister. All right, that's the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. So again, man, it's better to be humble, be meek, be patient with them folk eating all that down, and it's abominable thing, man. You know that's how it go. We'll be right up in there, the Lord hopeful elect. If we was in there, we'll be right up in there letting them people fight, and we'll be getting all the other food, you know, decently in order. I'll just be putting food on my child plate, you know what I mean, minding my business, to do, watching those idiots fight over that abominable shit. All right, you know what I mean? Meek, calm, you know what I mean? Patient. These are, you know, these are attributes of the Lord's hopeful elect. We don't want to be like these people, you know, acting a fool out here. We've done that when we was in the world for sure. All right, but now we got to come out of that, put off that old man, and become, you know, new creatures unto Yahweh Shem Shah. All right, 2 more precepts. Ah, boy. It's kind of funny though. I mean, it is funny, but it ain't gonna be funny in that day when, you know, it gets, you know, violent like that. And you see, man, people fighting. Eve gonna fight about that food, man, because she loved pleasure. A woman loved pleasure, and food, even though it's a necessity, hey man, you know, it's a pleasurable thing. That's why a lot of our people are overweight, because they love pleasure, are more than sacrifice, and they're gonna eat because it's a pleasurable thing. It feel good to eat. So that's why a lot of our people, and you see a lot of our women, are overweight. Some of them are, you know, morbidly obese, but a lot of them are just, you know, a little overweight. But it comes from that love and that pleasure, man. You can't fucking you can't sacrifice. You don't have no self-control. You don't have, and that goes for us men first and foremost. How you gonna be a ruler over a nation, a ruler over your household, a ruler over a child, a woman, if you can't have rule over your own body? All right, if you can't, you know, sit your ass down, if you can't, you know me, go 6 hours without eating, without freaking out, man. Again, you got to eat, bruh. Ain't nobody saying, you know, and the Lord promised us we was gonna eat. We got to eat, and we're not against, you know, food, man. But goodness gracious, you got to have some type of balance, especially knowing the times that we're coming into. All right, this is Jeremiah 29 and 19. Because they have not hearkened to my word, saith the Lord Yahweh, which I have sent unto them. This happening now. They're not hearkening to the prophets out there on the highways and byways, which I sent unto them by my servants, the prophets, rising up early and sending them. But ye will not hear, saith the Lord. And then we go to the book of Proverbs, because that's the same spirit our people are in today, man. Every time the Lord, you know, sends prophets, there's always a group of individuals of our nation that didn't hearken, okay? And this is what's gonna happen, all right? Proverbs 1 and 22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? Our people, you 2/3, all right? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. And how has he done that? Same thing we just read, man, by the prophets. All right, the Lord has sent his prophets rising early. All right, you hear the prophets early in the morning, in the middle of the day, and in the middle of the night, 24/7. You know, brothers collectively are edifying, man, teaching you right from wrong, man. All right, in verse 24, because I have called and ye refuse, I have stretched out my hand and no man regardeth. All right, but ye have set at not all my counsel and with none of my reproof. So all this rebuke, us telling you not to eat the abominable things, us telling you, hey man, you need to chill out, humble yourself, fast every now and then. And there's all different type of fast. You ain't gotta go, especially if it ain't, you know, you ain't got the spirit that we have upon us, man. I mean, that's all. You go on a juice fast, Daniel fast, all type of, you can fast from, you know, the bullshit that you do, man. You know, you, let's say you watch porn or something, man, you know, and you just, you know, you probably pray to be delivered from that. But you know, just taking a fucking a break from watching that, you know, there's all type of fast, man, but our people don't want to do none of that. All right, and it's what the Lord had to say about it in verse 26. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you. And that's what's about to happen, man. It's going to take you people off guard, and you guys are going to be, you know, out here in the midst of this whirlwind of destruction and calamity, and the Lord is going to mock, and he's going to do it, you know, through the prophets, man, while we eat and you come back, and the women that left us, and y'all all hungry, and you look crazy because your makeup gone, and we see how bald-headed you really is, you know, and we gonna be mocking, you know, go ahead and you know, get up out our face, man. All right, y'all didn't play nice, man. All the Lord really asking y'all is to play nice amongst your brothers and sisters, but y'all was so mean, Eve. All right, you 2/3 niggas was so mean, you know, and it got to the point now, man, you know how only our nation, you know, can call each other brothers and sisters. Hey, what up, bro? What up, sis? And it sound right. You know why? Because, you know, that's our nation. We are the Lord's chosen people, but our people don't act brotherly now, do they? It got to the point where, man, you got to be circumspect when you do see a group of your brothers, man, because you think they plotting on you, especially the young men. All right, you see a group of young men in Babylon the Great, it's over with. You got to keep it pushing. Ain't no telling what they on, and please don't let them have a ski mask on. All right, and the same thing with your sister. You know how many times I done just said what's up to my sister, just trying to speak. Ain't nobody trying to holler at you, shout it. I'm just speaking to you as a human being, and because you look like me, and they'll even look right, walk right past you. That shit ain't gonna fly in Jacob Trouble. Try some shit like that in Jacob Trouble. You're gonna be trying to walk, and you're gonna feel something pop you on the back of your head, you know, bust your head open. Thus saith Yahweh Shema Shah, man, in relation to that great tribulation, man. All right, in verse oh yeah, 28. Then shall they call upon me, and then they gonna try to pray, then they gonna try to be humble, then they gonna try to want to hear. And guess what the Lord say? But I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. And the Lord, you know, he's merciful. Even if you are trying to pray and you just, you know, haven't prayed in the name of Yahweh Shah, but eventually that shit finna go out the window. You're not gonna be able to call upon Jebus, you know, God and Jebus in that day, man. You know what I mean? You're going to have to use the name Yahweh Shah. And if you haven't received those names and you've been taking the name of the Lord in vain, man, he's not going to hear you in that day. And our people don't realize that. They think, you know, and the reason why is because they're still being provided for. The Lord setting them up. So they think they're going to be able to do the same thing in Jacob's trouble that they're doing now. Oh, somehow, some way I'll be all right. Because the Lord, that's how, you know, the Lord is setting them up like that. Oh, somehow, some way I'll be all right. Because they're eating now, you see. That pandemic came and it kind of like went away, so they cool, you know, they ate during the pandemic, they was getting money during the pandemic, so you know they think, I'll be all right. Well, we're prophesying y'all not gonna be all right. Okay, for verse 29, for they that hated knowledge and for they that hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord, Yahweh by Shema Shah. And we do know that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and you need wisdom in order to navigate this wicked world of ours, man. They were none of my counsel, they despise all my reproof. So everything that we said, man, to correct them, they didn't want to hear it. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices, which is all vanity. That's all gonna come to naught. So everything that our people have set their hand to do, if it ain't got nothing to do with serving y'all by Shema Shah, it's all gonna come to shit. All right. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearken unto me shall dwell safely. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. So there it is. We're gonna be just fine, man. Pay now or pay later, so we don't end up indulging in cannibalism, because it's going to happen. We saw the biblical historical account of it. We're prophesying that it's going to happen again, and it will behoove you again to pay now so you don't have to pay later. Be humble now, be meek, so you won't end up like that, and the Lord is going to bless you beyond your wildest imagination. He's going to give you power, dominion, okay? And that starts on this side leading into that kingdom. And once we get in that kingdom, oh, it's going down, man. Then we can be, righteously prideful. Ain't nobody gonna tell us, ain't nobody gonna be able to tell us nothing when we get the new bodies. We're gonna be perfect, finer than you've ever seen. Every last brother gonna be, what Eve gonna do with us when all the brothers fine? See, Eve like to talk down to us, and you know what? I'm gonna be honest, man. That's part of our punishment, the fact that we're not perfect. So whatever imperfections that we have, and Eve is able to pick up on that and talk about us, she's fucking right. I mean, she probably should be humble her damn self. Don't get it twisted. But whatever imperfections that we have, because a lot of brothers like to talk about Big Shirley, but a lot of brothers be big too. A lot of brothers skinny, short, whatever, bad teeth, bad skin, ain't got a lot of money. Hey man, this is all part of the wrath of Yahweh Shema Hawashai, our punishment upon us, that we lost our strength and our might, our stature, and that's a part of it. And he let Eve, he put the spirit upon Eve to let us have it. But things are changing, man. It ain't always gonna be like that, because that's not the way that the Lord ultimately set this thing up, man. We're gonna be restored, we're gonna be renewed, and we're going to look amazing. All right, so with that, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Till next time, shalom.